overly negative about it because you have all of these positive feelings towards yourself. What does that mean? That means if I'm trying to close a big real estate deal and it falls short,
Looks like I was just muted on Zoom, so that's my bad, family. So I was saying, welcome, family. Welcome, welcome to Breakfast with Aldron. Again, so happy and grateful to be able to have another platform to be able to share such insight and value that's going to help you guys self-master yourself. So as I said before, family, this call is going to be a little bit shorter just because I have something lined up immediately after this call. So if you guys hop on late, it's no worries at all. You guys have the YouTube channel Breakfast with Aldron, so make sure you guys subscribe, like, and tune in, and awesome as well as make sure you guys share the page. What's going on, Swavey? Always showing love, always showing support. So grateful for you guys as well. So as you guys saw, right, the title and the topic of today is how to obtain the life you deserve, right? How to obtain the life you deserve. So I hope you guys have your notebooks and pens out. Unfortunately, we won't do the visualization meditation this week, but I promise you next week we'll find a way to making that up for you guys. So with that being said, let's talk about it, family. So I want you guys to think about the last time you saw your goals, right? The last time you actually saw the goals that you wanted to achieve. Now, some of you might be scratching your heads like, wow, I haven't. And it's okay. I was in the exact same position when I started my journey towards self-mastery because no one teaches us that you need to see your goals. No one teaches us how to write your goals out. Practically no one teaches you how to write in a journal, right? We were never taught these things in school and in college, right? And it's up to us to be able to figure it out, but we realize that those are the key components towards really getting the things that you want in life. So I want you guys to start off by asking yourself, what is it in life that you want, right? Who do you want to help? Because I never measure anybody's success by what they have. I measure people's success by what they've given to others, who they've helped be able to succeed, right? If you think about big organizations such as Walmart, Amazon, right? It's not about what they accomplish, right? It's not what the CEOs accomplish. It's all the lives that they've impacted, all the jobs that they now provided to families who can now take care of their loved ones, right? So you want to think about it on a bigger terms as in who you can help. And you also want to ask yourself as well as what legacy do you want to leave for the people that love you, right? How do you want to be remembered? Because my mentor would always say that in life, you die twice. The first time you die is when you physically die, right? And the second time you die is when the last person says your name. I want you guys to really think about that. That you die 2 times, when you physically die and when the last person mentions your name. There are individuals who have died almost thousands of years ago and they're still being talked about. That's the type of legacy that you want to leave because your name lives on forever, family, right? So I also want you guys to challenge yourself, right? Because these are the keys that my mentor instilled onto me to allow me to have the tools that I need to understand what I have to do, right? A lot of times we know what we have to do, but most of the time we won't do it. Why is that? Because we're not deciding what life we want. We're not saying no to everything that isn't. A lot of times we know what we need to do. We know how to do it. But the biggest issue is we have a hard time saying no to people. We have a hard time saying no, this does not align with what I want in life. I need to just move away from that. A lot of times we say yes to everything, and then we wonder why we're not getting to the point where we need to in life. Because when you're taking all the negative and the positive, right, when it comes to your goal, it's not aligning. It's sending out mixed signals to the universe. So you have to make sure that you are focused, right? Follow one course until successful. You need to make sure you're focused and you're only accepting the things that are going to lead you a step closer towards your goal. Otherwise, if you accept everything in life, if you just take on the negative side comments from friends who doubt you, if you just take on the negative people that don't have their goals oriented alike as well as you do, right? If you're not essentially staying on task with your goal, and you're also picking up other people along the way who really don't know where they're going, it's only gonna make you lost, right? So I want you guys to also understand goal, right? Go out and live. What I love most about it is that a lot of people, and this includes myself, is we sometimes lose touch of our goal. That's why I tell people, have a goal card. And it can be something as simple as a thin piece of paper just written down on, just with a simple phrase or a sentence or two written down saying, I'm so happy and grateful now. And that is where you're going to write your goal in the present tense, right? You don't ever want to say, I'm going to feel this way when this happens. That's just not the way to go about it, because you're waiting on a certain result to happen for you to start to feel a certain way. When realistically, and I did a call, I was like one of the first calls of Breakfast with Algernon, but we did a call where we talked about the tier, right? Your thoughts lead to your emotions lead to actions, your actions lead to results. But you can't get results until you start to develop the feeling, right? It's the feeling that leads you to the result. But a lot of people say, I won't start to feel a certain way until I get the result. That's not how it works, fam. So when you write your goal, speak it as if it's already done. Speak it into existence, right? You guys hear a lot about manifestation. That's how you manifest. So it's so important to make sure you're writing down your goal and make sure you're writing it down in the present tense, right? And when you're thinking about your goal, right? We said that the T stands for thoughts. When you're thinking about your goal, I want you guys to submerge as many of your five senses as possible into it, right? What is that goal? What is that goal going to smell like, right? Some people like, what does that mean? How do I know what my goal is going to smell like, right? Right? When I meditate, when I think about my goal, I burn, incense. I burn sage, because for me, that's what's going to remind myself of what it's like when I succeed, right? So the smell part can be, personalized, but I want you guys to see your goal, right? Read it. When you're looking at your goal, read it. I want you to hear your goal. When you're reading it, read it out loud. When you're touching it, I want to incorporate the touch, right? When I read my goal the second time, I follow it with my finger when I'm reading my goal card, right? And as far as for taste, right? Because I know some of you guys might be thinking, okay, like, how do I taste my goal, right? Before I read my goal out, right? I'm feeding myself high quality food, right? I'm not eating a whole bunch of fast food. I'm not eating, stuff that's really not healthy, right? I like organic things, right? For those that know me, I'm vegetarian, but you don't have to be vegetarian to be able to do this, right? But just think about quality food, right? You only want to put high vibrations inside of yourself. So what you eat, it essentially can have an impact on your vibrations as well, right? So you want to incorporate as many senses as possible when you're in that process of reading your goal out. And that's how you start to allow the universe to attract with the things that you want in your life, right? So I want you guys to write this down, because, in life, it says that you're only going to retain about 20% of the information that you hear if you're not writing it down. And I want you guys to write that success is 95% spiritual and 5% strategy, right? Physical, I'm sorry. 95% spiritual and 5% physical. The reason being is that a lot of times we want to focus on the hard work, right? The manual labor that we need to getting us towards the goal that we want in life, right? Sometimes we tell ourselves, I just got to work harder to get my income up. I have to put more hours in. I have to work myself to the bone, right? A lot of us do this. That was the same for me. I was taught that it was all about the physical work that you put into it. But realistically, I had already maximized the physical aspect of success. And that's why I found myself not really proceeding in life. I wasn't getting anywhere because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I had already reached that 5% of success. The rest of it was the 95% of the spiritual aspect. And a lot of people, right? That's why a lot of people feel stuck, because they're in a position where they've done all the physical work that success is requiring of them, but they're not willing to put in the spiritual aspect of it, right? What is the spiritual aspect, right? As I talked to you guys earlier about it, thoughts, your feelings, right? How are you when you wake up? What is the first thing that you're doing when you wake up each and every single morning? Are you grabbing your phone, or are you picking up your goal card? Are you doing push-ups in the morning to work on your body physically, or are you just laying in bed being a couch potato because you got too turned up over the weekend, right? Let's be honest. I mean, I was a part of it too, family. Don't get me wrong, right? I was a part of that too. But I say this to say, family, you got to be realistic with yourself. At the end of the day, you can have a life coach, a mentor, an upline, whatever it is. You can tell them all that they may want to hear, but at the end of the day, only you will know if you're putting in that work, if you're putting in the spiritual and the physical aspect of success. And if you're not, then you have to take that accountability of the results that you have is what you have because of the actions you've been taking, right? Thoughts, emotions, actions, results. It goes in that order. But it all starts with your thoughts. The thoughts that you put into your mind all start with how you wake up in the morning, right? Now, don't get me wrong, family, right? We have days we slip up, right? And especially during this winter time, we're going to have times where we're going to have character building days, which are days that may not be going our way. But I say this to say, family, as long as you have your goal in mind, you know where you're going, it's okay, right? Sometimes we have to pull over the side of the road to get ourselves together. And I'm not saying that, you have to be 100% each and every single day for certain family. Like, I'm going through stuff right now myself, but I still show up. I still get on calls. I still make my face known because I know at the end of the day, this too shall pass. And I want to let you guys know, I may not know you personally. I may not know your struggles. I may not know some of the things that, you're going through right now. But I'm going to tell you one thing, family, that nothing is ever permanent until you accept it as permanent. Things will always find a way of working out. I know some of us have heard it. Some of us just roll our eyes to it, but it really does. Think about all the stuff that you've been through in your life, but you're still here, right? That means there is a reason, right? And this is only a season that will pass, and you will have that opportunity towards rising up again, family, right? So, excuse me. So, like I said, family, this call was going to be a little bit shorter, but I really want you to think about the message behind this, because I just dropped a lot of gems for you all that might have even went over some of y'all heads, right? IG family, people hopping on and off and stuff. But hey, at the end of the day, family, I'm here to give the value to the people who are meant to hear the message, because the message is meant to be heard by the few, not the many, family. So with that being said, appreciate you guys hopping on time. For those that hopped on late, as I said earlier, make sure you guys tune into the Breakfast with Algernon YouTube channel. This is all recorded. Also recorded on IGTV as well. So you guys be able to have two ways of being able to access this. But thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the support and love. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And as always, family, I will see you at the top, because the bottom has gotten way too crowded. But we will never be too great enough to be able to help somebody else up along with us, because at the end of the day, it's not about what you know, it's about what you can teach and who you can help, family. Let's get it. Have an amazing weekend, family.